everyone, this is Crypto Maximalist. Welcome back to another video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and get involved if you like the content. So we're just taking a look at Dogecoin here, and as we can see, I mean, this chart is absolutely ridiculous to start with, isn't it? An absolutely crazy run all the way up to 60 cents, down from these levels. I mean, what are we looking at here? During the COVID crash, we're down at around, this is 1/10 of a cent. It's even worse than that, isn't it? Yeah, it's 1/10 of a cent all the way up to 60 cents. I mean, this is absolutely monstrous move, isn't it? I mean, if you bought this here and you're up here, 66,000% gains. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's 660x. It's got to be, hasn't it? Because basically we're going from 0.1 of a cent all the way to borderline 70 cents here. It's absolute 73 cents was the all-time high. That's mad, isn't it? That was Saturday Night Live territory, wasn't it? But if we just draw, I'm just going to draw in a few key levels here. You can see here, obviously, the all-time high. And also, we've got this key level here that we have been bouncing in and around for a good while here, getting a nice little bit of support, and also a key level that we have got to break out of, which we're currently at right now, which is very interesting to see. This is, for a lot of cryptos, we have seen a very similar pattern, obviously a huge run-up, followed by this extended downtrend bear market scenario. Lower lows and lower highs, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And now, looking like for a lot of cryptos, we have entered that consolidation kind of situation, looking something like this, you would say, where basically you have got a bit of a range that's been put in. Essentially looking something like this. The range was retested by most cryptos and we rolled over again to the downside. You can see here, most likely that our range is looking something like this with a bit of an overextension to the downside. Realistically, you know, most cryptos have just been absolutely smashed down recently, haven't they? And for Dogecoin, it's been having obviously off the back of the Twitter acquisition news by Elon Musk, had an absolutely massive rally up out of the range and up to that previous level of resistance over the past few days, which is pretty critical. But this is what you want to be seeing for a lot of cryptos. Potentially, you can see the double bottom is kind of forming here. If you look very carefully, you can see obviously that massive overextension to the downside here, where we got horribly oversold, but we came back inside of our range. You can see range high, range low. We come up, we test the top of the range again, and then we're down at the bottom of the range, aren't we? Chopping it sideways, low volume, very boring. Everyone's super bored here, and then all of a sudden, a massive, you know, piece of news has seen Dogecoin essentially break all the way up through key levels of resistance here. We've actually flipped our EMAs as well to bullish, which is absolutely insane. You can see that RSI absolutely off the charts here, and we have come up and hit this key level of resistance so far, which is that previous swing low support currently flipped into resistance, where you'll probably see quite a lot of resistance here. I think a lot of people will probably take profits in this area, but overall you can see what we were talking about, potentially forming some kind of double bottom like this, and then obviously this being your area that you do need to break in order to reverse the trend. And you can see here that we've actually technically reversed the trend now, haven't we? For Dogecoin, we've got our low, our higher high, our higher low, and now we've come up and we've made a higher high, haven't we? So, you know, if you do see Dogecoin coming back up, back down and retesting this 9 cent level, previous range high resistance as support like this, and you do start to break up through your levels of resistance, you know, it could be a precursor for a lot of crypto starting to do the same thing, because that's what we're looking for, isn't it, essentially? Dogecoin looking like it really wants to start breaking out of some key levels of resistance. I mean, if we draw this trend line in, looking something like this as well, this is another trend line that we have broken out of, which is very interesting in my opinion. Another trend line like this, broken out of. Obviously this very steep trend line like this, we broke out of quite some time ago when we did get the, you know, that full, this is full capitulation mode, and then everyone's like, nope, that's too much. Buyers come back into the market, we stabilize, we chop sideways for a long time. And then you can see here, we've actually ran up and smashed through 2 key levels of resistance, which in our opinion is very critical to start seeing more upside in the market. You need to see higher highs and higher lows, don't you? A break of market structure to the upside. And that is what you are essentially seeing for Dogecoin. Higher high, higher low, and higher high. So, you know, you could say the last time that we saw this was all the way back here, where everyone's like, we're pulling back for another move to the upside. Higher high, higher low. We actually didn't actually make the higher high, did we? We came down and make a lower low. Just accidentally turn my EMAs off. We come down, we make a lower low. We make a high. We make a lower high and basically a higher low. So we're coiling up, aren't we, in kind of a situation like this. where most likely everyone's probably thinking flat top of resistance, you know, forming an ascending triangle where we're going to break to the upside, but we actually broke down, and since then we've not really seen much momentum to the upside at all, have we? It's just been a rolling situation. But you can see here, you know, we've come down, we made that low, higher, higher, low, now a high, and then if we come down, we make a higher low anywhere in this region. Really, we could come down, back down to that previous level of resistance at around 6 or 7 cents, and then make a high. But you know, this is a big move for Dogecoin, isn't it? But we would just be wary of the fact that it's probably going to have a very decent pullback from such a parabolic move in such a, you know, such bad market conditions right now. Let's make no mistake about it, the market conditions right now are fairly terrible. Obviously the macro looking very bleak indeed. Bitcoin still chopping sideways and so showing no confirmations of a bull market, so just be prepared for this to potentially have a big pullback. A lot of volatility is probably ahead for Dogecoin. Look at the volume coming in here as well. Interesting to see, but very positive. A lot of resistance is broken, and now hopefully we're looking for a bit of back testing and support to be made for, you know, a continued move to the upside, not just a parabolic move like this. So those would be our price predictions then. Obviously, if we did break this level, I mean, realistically, you're going to be coming up towards that, what we're looking at, 13 to 15 cent area, somewhere like this, in and around these key levels here. But in our opinion, we're probably going to see ourselves roll over, back test that 9 cent level, or maybe come further down to 7 cents like this, before getting maybe another move to the upside. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you check out the links in the description to best support the channel. Grab yourself some free money bonuses, and we'll see you in the next video.